This fund management is covered under the public sector management. It is also known as PSM. So, what is this public sector management? It is a specialized solution provided by the SAP in SAP S/4HANA to all those institutes, government organizations, NGOs, municipalities, universities. So, this is designed to plan, control, monitor the budget, expenditure, or the public fund they are getting from the institutes. And this will also ensure the transparency and legal compliance in the financial management. So, what do you mean by the legal compliance? We will also understand in the coming slide. So, who would be the users of this funds management or public sector management? So, these could be the department, government department, and under the government department, we have ministries like finance, health, education, defense. We have municipal corporations, local government. We have a public work department, PWDs. We have the tax and revenue authorities, and also public sector management is also used in the public sector organization like the state-owned enterprises. We have utility companies, we have the water bodies, we have electricity boards. Then there it is also used by the public sector undertaking managing the large budgets. Then there are other users of PSM. So like we have the non-government organizations also. We have NGOs and international bodies. So, like we have NGOs funded by the government or the donor. So we have the we have the World Bank, UNDP, UNICEF. So there are multiple projects which are financed or which are donated by the World Bank and UNICEF, and the receiver could be the other government department or the non-government department. What these department or what this for example this UNICEF and World Bank would be expecting, so they are expecting that if they have donated the funds for a particular purpose, so that funds should be utilized only for that purpose, and it would be able to control, manage, or plan and monitor the funds. And finally, it is it should be spent accordingly there according to that purpose only. And finally, this fund management would be able to present the reports which we can present to them that okay, the fund has been utilized as per their instruction or as per their purpose. Then we have the non-profit managing grants and donations. So these grants again are donated for the universities or for other institutions. International organization that must attract their funds from the multiple donors. So here it is saying that there may be international organizations which are getting the grant from the multiple donor, and these multiple donor could be again World Bank or UNICEF or some other organization. So they would be with the help of this PCM, they would be able to track those funds. Then it is saying that the receiver of this receiver of this PCM could be universities and education institutes. So we have the public universities which receive the grant from the government, and again these grants or funds are being utilized in a proper manner. So this will ensure by the PCM. Then research institutes handling the grants and scholarships, healthcare institutions, public hospitals funded by the government budget, medical research institutes with the grant funding. So all these could be users of PCM. Then we'll take a simple example through which we will try to understand this public sector management. So here it is saying that let's say we have a government, and in this government we have a department of health, and this department of health it needs to particularly control the expenditure for a vaccination program. And this vaccination program they need to control within the approved national budget. So here NGO, there is a NGO, and this NGO has received a grant of 5 million dollars from the UNICEF, and the fund management will ensure the money is spent on the approved activities. And then we have the university, a research institute gets the government and donor funding. So FM will ensure the project spend only within the allocated grant. So for example, if they have allocated or if they have given a donation of $5 million. So under the fund management, we will first, it will ensure that this money will be spent on according to a particular purpose they have given. So for example, if they have given the funds for a vaccination program, so it will ensure that these funds have been utilized for that vaccination program only, and these funds have been utilized according to the limit, permissible limit. So for example, if we need to spend $5 million, then we have actually spent $5 million, and at the end of the day, we will be able to generate the reports, and those reports we can send back to the donor or who has given this donation, so that they will also come to know that okay, their donation is being utilized in a proper manner. Then in the different countries, this public sector management is used. So here I have just given those countries by region. So if we take Europe, so in Europe we have multiple countries using this fund management. We have the Germany where the federal and state level government are using this fund management. Then we have Austria where again the government or institutions are using this fund management. Same with the other countries also like Switzerland, UK and Spain. In US also we are using the funds management, and along with US we also have the Canada. So in the Canada we have the federal and provincial government using this fund management, and then in the several state of US like the California, Texas and public institutions are using this fund management. In the Latin America also we are using this fund management. In Africa also, we have the South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. In these countries, fund management is being used. In the Middle East also, so we have the Saudi Arabia, where the ministries like the Health and Finance Ministry, so they are using this SAP with the fund management. Again, in Dubai, so we are using, and Qatar also, public finance projects are using this fund management. Then in Asia, if we talk about India, then the state government, like we have Indian Navy, and then we have the Andhra Pradesh government, and we have multiple universities which are using this fund management. Then in China and Australia also. So there are two types of budgets we talk about. So one is a commitment budget, and second is a payment budget. So what do you understand by the commitment budget? So commitment budget means which is not actually, we are not paying it actually right now. So we are committed, we have entered into a contract or we have entered into a agreement with the party that okay, we are going to spend this much money. So this budget authorize organization to enter into a commitment, and all our purchase requisitions, all our purchase orders are example of commitment. So we have committed to spend that much amount, because a purchase order is a legal document, and also contract, when we enter into the contract, that is again a legal document, and we are committed to reserve that much budget. So it doesn't yet involve the actual spending, as you just said. So we have not spent the money actually, but we have reserved the budget for the future payment. So it helps the ensure the long-term project, multi-year contract. So for example, if we have the 5-year contract or 4-year contract or 2-year contract, then accordingly we will be able to manage our budget with the help of the commitment budget. So here it is saying that it will also ensure that we don't exceed the allocated fund. So for example, if we have reserved the 5 million fund for the next 5 years, then it will ensure that it will not increase more than that particular permissible limit. So for the commitment budget, we also have the example. So it is saying that again, the government department signed a 3-year contract, and this is a road construction contract worth $5 million. And the commitment budget will ensure that sufficient budgets are reserved across all these 3 years. Even the payment is due. It is due not immediately, but after every like during the 3 years, so the payment will due. So commitment will block that particular budget upfront only. So in the payment budget, it is saying that the budget that actually authorizes actual cash outflow. So actually, we are doing the payment in this fiscal year. It is used when the invoices are posted and money is distributed. So this is the budget which is going to decrease your cash balance, and it is saying that it ensures the annual spending limits are respected and aligned with the fiscal budget. So again, we have the same example of a road construction, which we need to have for the 3 year. Every year, we have a allocated a budget of $5 billion. So it is saying that this we have we have split across 3 years that okay, we are going to spend $1.5 million payment budget for the first year. Then the next year is going to be $2 million. The payment would be, and the third year the payment budget is going to be $1.5 million. So this is how this amount we can reserve, and also for the payment budget we can maintain. So in short, commitment means a promise to pay in future, and payment means actual your cash is being reduced or it is leaving your account. So this is the commitment budget and payment budget. Then we will also understand the purpose or the objective of public sector management. So public sector management, first purpose is it is going to control the expenditure within the approved budget. So wherever you will see this fund management is being used, so over there the funds are actually the funds are donated or funds are granted. So because those are granted or those are donated, so we need to ensure those are properly utilized. So we need to control those expenditure, and we need to spend those funds in such a way it should not exceed the approved budget. Then with the help of fund management we will be also able to track our commitments like we discussed PRPO and actual expenses. With the help of fund management or PCM, we will be able to manage the budget availability before we are doing the transactions, and it will also ensure the compliance with the IPSAS. So what is this IPSAS? So it is the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, which is under the International Federation of Accountants, and we also it is also IFAC, and there are local regulations. So the purpose of this PCM needs it is also need to provide the real-time reporting for the decision making. So as I just shared with you, so not only we are spending in this public sector management, we are controlling, planning, monitoring. With the help of this PCM, we will also able to generate the report which will ensure the donor, or which will ensure the institute who is granting or who is donating the funds, that their funds are being used properly in a transparent manner. Then it is saying that let's take a example of fund management. Here we have a state government, and the state government has allocated a budget to a school, and this school education department, this budget has been allocated for 1 year. So this budget allocation, it is saying that the amount is 10 crore, and the commitment item here actually we have commitment item means in which type of expenses we are going to spend those funds. So if it is going to be the teacher salaries or books and supplies, so on teacher salaries we are spending 6 crore, then on the books and supplies we are spending 2 crore, and on the school infrastructure we are going to spend 2 crore. So it is saying that in this case, what would be the example for the commitment and payment budget? So commitment stage is going to be the department issues the purchase order for the new school desk worth 50 lakhs. So this will come under the school infrastructure commitment item, for which we have reserved a budget of 2 crore. So out of 2 crore, we have reserved the PRPO, that okay, we have issue the purchase order for the school desk worth 50 lakhs, and the FM checks the budget is available under the school infrastructure only. Then when we are going to make the payment, so the payment budget, so actual spending, so the vendor delivers the desk and submitted the invoice, and vendor has sent a bill of 48 lakhs, and it is saying that the FM updates the actual consumption. So 2 crore minus this 0.48 or 2 minus 0.48. So the remaining is 152, 1.52. It is saying that if we are going to again create a purchase order under the same school infrastructure commitment head, then the amount, if it is, let's say, 2 crore, then system is going to give us the error message. It will not accept. Why? Because what is the available limit we have? So the available limit is 1.52. So because it is more than 1.52, system will throw the error. It will not allow the user to create the purchase order. So this is how the fund in the fund management we can control the funds, or we can control the budget. Okay. Then it is saying that what are the key functions of fund management. So the key functions, the first, we have understood that with the help of fund management we can do the budgeting. Under the budgeting we can plan, allocate, adjust, transfer, or carry forward the funds which are not yet used. Then it is saying that through this we, through with the help of public sector management, we can do the budget control system. We call it as a budgetary control system, BCS. Through this, what will happen? So system is going to check the budget and in the real time. And if it is exceeding the limit, like we have just discussed the example, then it is going to give you the error message. It will not allow the user to spend the expenditure. Then it is saying that the commitment and actual tracking. So through this fund management, we can also track our purchase order, purchase requisition, invoices, payment, and fund management. In this, we are also going to see the integration with the finance, with the controlling, and with the project structure module. Then it is saying that we also do the reporting under the fund management. So we have budget versus actual report, and through this we can just see if we are spending as per the permissible limit. So for example, if the available budget is let's say it is $1 million, actual spending is $1.5 million, then there is no kind of, there is nothing to do with the budget compliance. So system is not stopping us, so we are overspending. So what system will ensure that if there is a budget of $1 million and if we are spending more than that, then it will stop us at that point only. So through this we can also generate a report which will also help us in doing the auditing. Then it is saying that what is the process flow we have in the fund management. First of all, we create the budget. We, under the budget creation, we do the planning and allocation of a budget. Then also after the planning, we are going to distribute the budget. So we will assign, let's say there are multiple departments, and to those departments we are going to assign their budget. So that is what we are going to do under the budget distribution. Then after that we have the commitment. So once we have assigned the budget, then after that we are going to create the purchase requisition, purchase order. Then after that, we will be doing the actual spending. So we will be doing there would be invoices we will be posting into the system. And these invoices could be the direct FI invoices, or these could be the purchase order based invoices. And after that, we'll be doing the payment to them. And again, these payment would be normal payment or advance payment we are doing to the vendor or to the parties. Then it is saying that system is going to check the availability control of the funds. If in the particular department, if we have the sufficient funds available to do the payment. And here it is saying that system will check the budget availability. Then after that, we can also generate a report that the funds have been utilized properly. And if there is any kind of variance, let's say if there are funds unused, so we have not used 100%, so that much we can like carry forward to the next year. Then it is saying that what are the benefits of fund management? So again, the benefits are it is going to it will prevent the overspending beyond the approved limit, and it will also ensure the accountability of a public resources. Then it is saying that the, like we have just we have seen the example of a school where the grant has been given by the government. And when we are purchasing the desk, so we have a budget of 2 crore and we have already spent 50 lakhs, so there is a, or 48 lakhs, then there is a available budget of 1.52. So it will ensure them that they have to do the spending according to the available budget only, which is 1.52. And only for that particular purpose. So if they need to just spend on infrastructure, then they have to spend that much fund on the infrastructure purpose only. Then it is saying that it provides the real-time visibility of the funds usage, again the same thing, and simplifies the compliance with the regulation. Like we have discussed that we have the international public sector accounting standard, we have the International Federation of Accountants. So these are the public sector accounting standard. According to that, we need to maintain the report, we need to do the compliance. Then finally, it is saying that it improves the transparency. So obviously, whoever is donating the funds or granting the funds, then they need that those funds should be utilized properly, and this public sector reporting will ensure that okay, those funds are being spent according to their purpose and for what they have donated their funds. So what kind of master data we are going to use in the fund management? First of all, we will be using the fund. So fund means a source of finance. So for these master data, we are going to see the example in the next slide. Then it is saying that a fund center, we are going to use fund center. You can take example of let's say it is a in the controlling we have the cost center. Okay, so cost center we have multiple departments, so who is going to be responsible for spending that money? So that we have that for that we have the organizational unit and we call it as a fund center. Then commitment item, we have seen the example that in a school we have the commitment item, like we have the salaries, we have infrastructure, we have other purpose also. So those purpose we call it as a commitment item. And commitment item, again, it is a kind of expenditure. And this commitment item would be revenue also, but mostly it is used for the expenditure control. Then it is saying that, or in a simple language, all GLs are your commitment item only. Then it is saying that the funded program, a long-term program, we have long-term initiative for which that particular fund has been allotted. So it could be a vaccination program, which is going to be for next 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. Then we have the functional area, what is the purpose of spending. Then we have the grant. Under the grant, we have the donor agreement, where we have the donor who is going to donate that funds, and we have grantor. Basically, under the grant management we have two parties, we have the grantor and we have the grantee. So grantor who is giving the money, who is giving the funds, donating the funds, and grantee who is going to consume those funds, receiving the funds. And what grantor is expecting the purpose for which he is donating the funds, so it should be used according to that purpose only, and grantee will ensure that the funds are utilized according to that particular purpose only, and for that they have maintained the budgeting, they have done the planning, controlling, monitoring, and finally they have done the actual spending, and finally there would be a budget, there would be a BCS control, budgetary control system, and finally they are going to generate the report which the grantee is going to send back to the grantor. Then we have the budget period, so for which time frame we are doing this fund management, if it is going to be for 1 year program, 2 year program, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. So let's take example for this fund management master data. So fund means a source of money. So source of money, it could be the education public fund. Then fund center, as I just shared with you, it is going to manage the money, who are responsible for spending money in their department. Then in the fund center also, we are going to manage the money and the department of, let's say, department of school education. So this is going to be the fund center. Then the funded program, why that money is going to be spent. So this funded program, under this, we are going to cover a digital learning program for the rural school. Then functional area means for what purpose we are spending that amount. So that amount we are going to spend on the education. And then we have the grant. So the grant means external donor agreement. So UNICEF school infrastructure grant. So UNICEF has granted some money so that we are covering and under this, the grantor is going to be UNICEF. Then school is going to be the grantee to whom that money has been granted. Then the budget period, we have the time frame. So this is we are going to cover for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or current year. So in the fund management, we are going to create the hierarchy for this master data. Whether this is the hierarchy we have for the funds, for the fund center, for the commitment item, for the funded program, we will be creating the hierarchies. And at a hierarchy level also, we can see the budget if what is the actual vis-a-vis the plan, and we can see the variance. Then it is saying that we will be creating the fund center hierarchy. We can also create the commitment hierarchy for the budget categories. Then we have the funded program hierarchy for the initiative and projects. Then we have the functional area hierarchy for the purpose of the spending, and we have the fund hierarchy for the grouping of the funds. Then it is saying that why these hierarchies are required. So these hierarchies are required for budgeting, reporting, and control. So under the budgeting, we can allocate and distribute. And as I just shared with you, so at a hierarchy level, let's say we have a hierarchy of a fund. So under the fund, we have, let's say, operating, then we have the reserve fund, we have the capital fund. So at a operating fund only, so how much is the plan, how much is the actual, what is the variance, so that we can come to know. If we will not maintain this hierarchy, then we will not be able to know this information at a higher level. Then it is saying that the reporting, it will help us to do the remote reporting in a summarized level. Through this, we can also do the availability control. So finally, so that this availability control we can do at a detailed level, at a roll up level. Then it is saying that the conclusion of PCM is it provides a budget planning, controlling, transparency, and accountability. So this is the solution has been given for the government and the non-profitable organization. It will ensure the compliance, efficiency, and donor trust. Then in this training, we are going to cover. So we are going to cover the fund center, commitment item, funded program. So how fund is used, how fund center and other these commitment item funded program. So these are used in the fund management. This we are going to cover in this training program. Now I will just walk you through what we are going to do. Okay. So let me open the practice sheet. And I will also share with you the FM error, so which will also help you in your project, real-time project. So wherever you get stuck, and if that error is similar to what you are coming across, so for that I have given the solution, and it will help you to resolve that error immediately. So for example, there are different kinds of error message which I have just documented. So why these errors are coming and what kind of solution we need to provide. So this I have just maintained in this FM error file so that you can also see and take the benefit. Okay. Then this is the fund management configuration file I have created, and I have created in a proper organized manner so that we should not go here and there like under the fund management only. We have been given the option so we can go properly. So whatever we have discussed in this PPT, okay, so all that information you will be able to get it in this Word file as well. Section for the configuration steps. So here we have the FM area or fund management. So first of all, it is saying that if you want to work on the fund management, you want to do the hands-on. For this, what you need to do, and you need to ensure that you have completed your financial accounting or the FI configuration in the system. Then you have also completed your CO related configuration. So in the CO related configuration means you have set up your controlling area. You are able to create the cost center, profit center segment. You have also activated your material ledger. Then because this fund management we need to integrate with other module also. So we need to also ensure that the integration between FIMM should be completed. The integration between FI and SD should be completed. The integration between FI and project system should be completed. So, because we can also do the budget controlling through this WBS. So for the WPS, so what is the budget we have allocated and what is the actual one? So again, that is going to be covered under the fund management only. First step we come across related to the activation of fund management, because in it is not like always, but in some of the project we see that the fund management has not been activated. So we need to just check that business function project. We have the basis team who is responsible to get this function activated. So these are the steps which we are going to cover in our practice session. So during this testing, if we come across any kind of error, so that error we are going to see in this FM error. If those are matching, then what kind of solution we can provide. So here you can just see this is the EAPS. So this is for the public services, which is used for the fund management as well as for the grant management. So once you will activate it, then you will be able to see that public sector management, and below that whatever the configuration we have for the different organizational units, we will be able to do it. So here we have the public sector management. Under that we have the general setting for the public sector. So this we will be covering. So that is the end of this today's demo session.
Thank you for watching this SAP Fund Management demo. In this session, you would have gained a basic understanding of SAP Fund Management and how it is used in the real SAP S/4HANA project environments. Whether you are new to the SAP or already working an SAP consultant and looking to add a niche high value skill to your profile, then you can contact us to enroll in our online funds management course. As a part of this course, you will receive a detailed configuration document, user story required for the testing, an FM error resolution guide to help you fix the common funds management errors during your hands-on practice and live projects, a curated list of FM Fiori apps required for the testing, and a comprehensive list of FM transaction codes. So thank you once again and see you on the online class.